Hey guys, so I just want to say that you're going to face rejection because in life there's a lot of rejection happening in the world, and there's a lot of things that happen in the world that don't make sense, but also a lot of things that happen in the world is just very unfair. Okay, it's very unfair what's happening to people and how they get rejected by a mass sum of people. A lot of people are rejecting them. Okay. And it's like they're on their own path, but they do not care for this person. Okay, they don't care about this person. They want to serve a person. They want to serve you as long as you give them money. But other than that, it's like in order to have friends, you have to do drugs. And to do drugs, then you have to go to prison. Okay, for example. But the thing is that there are friends everywhere when you're doing drugs with them. Okay, when you're doing drugs, when you're doing alcohol and drugs, you can find a friend anywhere you want. But they're only with you as long as you're drinking alcohol and as long as you're doing drugs. Because when you're sober, they're not going to be around you at all. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that, I've been doing my YouTube channel for a good time now. And the things that I've posted on it, it has value, has information, it can improve people's lives. But other people don't seem to be reciprocating they don't seem to be reciprocating, or they don't seem to be looking at my content online. Okay, even though I put so much effort into my content online, they just don't care, they just don't care about you. They don't care about your world. They don't care about anything about you, And you go to a hostel, you sit at a hostel, and one person's on their phone, one person's on the laptop, the other person's watching a movie, the other person's in the TV room, this other person's talking to themselves, this other person's playing games on the laptop, for example. The other person's on the counter, on the customer service, for check-ins and all that. Everyone's silent, and no one's talking with each other anywhere. And it's like, then you have people of the past who have not contacted you in 10 years' time. In 10 years, they have not contacted you. You've been sober, everything like that. It's nice and well. And then you see the drug scene, what's going on with the drug scene everywhere. Like there's drugs just about everywhere these days. And people just don't seem to care about you. They don't seem to care about your life. They don't seem to care about you at all. About your path, about your story, about what you've given in life, about the things that you've done for the world. They just don't care. They just do not care. And then it's like you're getting to a point where you're just becoming wiser through all of this bullshit that's happening in the world. And there's a saying also that it gets lonely at the top, It gets lonely at the top, but I promise you it gets lonely at the bottom too. It gets lonely at the bottom as well. So the thing is that it's like that people can only respect a person when they're doing drugs. And when the person's doing drugs, then they won't respect the person because he's doing drugs. So it's like you need to be doing drugs so that you have a friend. But once you don't do drugs anymore, that friend ceases to exist. And they suddenly don't want to be around you anymore because you're not doing drugs anymore. But when you're doing drugs and you say something offensive to the person, whatever, suddenly they're not your friend anymore. And then you're left doing drugs without them. You understand? So the world is trying to fuck you up. The world is trying to make you bitter. The world is trying to make you worse and worse and worse. So all you got to do is take care of your health. Make sure every single day you're doing much better for yourself. You're learning, you're growing, you're studying. You're becoming your better version, and you're directing yourself into the life that you want to have in your life. Because the world, as you can see, is not fair. Things that happen in life are not fair. Some people that do drugs get all the hot women. Some people that do pornography and are porn stars, they get all the hot women, whatever it is. And some people who are in social groups and doing drugs, they get all the women in that nightclub and stuff like that, and they fuck everyone else off. So the thing is that you have to realize that the world is not how it's meant to be. Okay, the world is not Jesus Christ's world. Okay, because Jesus Christ's world is so much better than this whole Mother Earth world. I've been traveling also for quite some time now. Traveling since 26 years of age. Just traveling, writing, doing up my social media, improving my habits and being alone a lot of the time, just being alone. And I've learned some things, about dynamics, social dynamics, people, how they act, how they are toward other people, how cruel they can be, how much dogma, abandonment, rejection one can feel, and how it just gets old, It just gets old because in my mind I have these connections that are no longer there. There's connections in my mind that are no longer there. In terms of, I got connections, but these connections I'm talking about is these people that used to be in my life. They're no longer in my life, They no longer contact me. They no longer are in my life. I may see some of them online, whatever it is, but that's as far as the relationship goes. Then in my daily life, you have to understand that it's like you're posting all this information. No one's listening. No one's contacting you for any opportunities. No one's giving you any opportunities except yourself. So you're looking for a better point of view. You're looking to help yourself. You're looking to become your greater version, whatever it is. And then it seems to just kind of backfire at you for all the work you're doing for the world, and the world doesn't seem to recognize you. The world doesn't seem to care about you, and the world doesn't seem to understand you, nor do they want to know you. So it can get very hard, but you have to discipline yourself and you have to go a certain direction, but you're going to have to go through life alone. Because you are the only person on your own path. On your path, in your story, you are the only person on that path. You're the only person in your own path. And now, of course, people can meet you along in your journey, but you're the only person that's gone through your own life the way you have. So you're experiencing life alone, but you are around other people. And now I want to say that in life, you have to improve your confidence. You have to improve your confidence because the moment you get better, the moment you start doing much better for yourself, is the moment that everything changes. It's all on you. It's all on you. How far or how much do you want to grow as a person? How much do you want to grow into the person that you want to be? And how are you going to help yourself to get to the next stage? When you do an audio program, when you do a video program, you just want to be talking one step at a time, talking word after word after word. And then suddenly you'll find a way. You'll find a way to talk for 9 hours because you're doing it one step at a time. So that's the key in learning things about daily life. I've been doing some entrepreneurship for about 8 years now. Spending a lot of time alone, just with myself, traveling, going places, whatever it is, conquering my fears, conquering my habits, and just trying to do better for myself. And I'm at the point in time where I'm getting much more financial freedom now. I'm much better now in terms of getting to the stage that I need to be at. And you have to understand that I'm getting much better in my own life now. Now is the time to do better in my life. And now's the time to just help the world as much as I can, as much as I can, as much as I can. Because that's what matters. It matters to me that we all try to help each other. We must help each other every single day. We must be able to talk in a program. We must be able to give our thoughts to people. We must be able to do something for the world around us. We must be able to help each other to grow in a direction that we can only go in. So every single day, focus on your life, focus on a greater world, focus on becoming much better, and stick to your story. Because your story is the icebreaker. Your story is everything these days. Your experience, your life, your words, your story, your everything. And that's what makes money. That's what makes business. That's what makes everything come true. It's your persona, it's your character, it's your confidence, it's who you are today. So be happy about the person you are today and try to improve yourself and become a better version of yourself. Because you're always becoming into that version that you need to be. Okay? So right now, today, I'm a better person than I was yesterday. I'm a better person today than I was yesterday. I'm much better, I'm much stronger now than I ever was. And now I just have to keep it up every single day. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And just build on top of my blocks. Build on top of my life. That's all I do for now. So focus on coaching, focus on getting to the stage where you're helping yourself and other people to grow. You're becoming a better version of yourself and you're helping to make a difference. Because that's what authenticity is. It's about making a difference in other people's lives. Yeah? And when you make a difference in someone's life and they pay you for it, that's the best thing in life. That you're getting paid for what you love to do. Yeah? So every single day, outgrow yourself and do better for yourself. That's what you need to focus on.